What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Questbound Reader. Guys, welcome to the Questbound gang. If this is your first time, we're so happy to have you. If this is not your first time, then like I said, welcome back. I'm going to take some feedback from some of my subscribers and viewers who said that I need to start mentioning that you guys should definitely comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Share with your family, share with your friends, share with the people you hate, and they might secretly love you in the end. Welcome to the channel, guys. We are growing and we are growing well. Guys, today I'm going to talk about a brand new book, a brand new series that I recently just got into, and it is, I can't think of another word but fun. It is a really fun, it's stupid. It's a fun book. It's the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And this is, I'm going to have it probably somewhere around here, or maybe like around here, maybe both sides. But it is, yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl, and this is a series that took me by surprise. It had mixed reviews when I read some of the comments. Some people either loved it or hated it, and fortunately, I think I'm just gonna love this entire series. I vibe well with it. I think it's witty. I think it's funny. I think it's downright stupid sometimes, and I love everything about it. So, what is Dungeon Crawler Carl? Well, he is a person named Carl, and he so happens to be taking care of his girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut. She has a long name. Anyway, he's taking care of Donut. Donut one day decides at 2 in the morning to jump out the window, and he goes out to go, bring her back in. She's a prize cat. She's a grand champion for all these like pageant shows for cats and whatnot. And well, she's very expensive, so he goes to rescue her from the outside because she's just wailing outside the house, and he engages in this process of trying to catch her and bring her back in, and out of nowhere, kablang, the entire earth is changed in a matter of seconds. So everything that had a roof, every house, every shed, every car, every bus station, every single thing, apartment, no matter what, that had a roof on it, is instantly replaced by a dungeon. This huge structure that just collapses on top of every single thing. And every single person that's inside at that moment, or rather, every single person that's not outside when this happens, dies immediately. Crazy, I know, but the Earth's population is reduced to the millions super fast. In a matter of seconds, you hear this announcer saying, "Hey, welcome to the dungeon. This is an intergalactic blah 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 blah." Pretty much, if you don't go into the dungeon, you are gonna die. If you stay outside, you're gonna be processed for this intergalactic feud, I guess, that's going on, and that's it. The only chance you have is going into the dungeon. Now, once you go into the dungeon, it's really important to know you can't come back out. And Carl, who is in very cold weather, wearing boxers, pink Crocs, and a sweater, is there with the cat. And he's like, "Holy cow, we kind of have to go in. It's really warm in there, and there's no other houses. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm already getting frostbite. I need to go in." So he decides to go in, and once he does, he notices that his body is immediately warm. Everything is fine, and he notices that he now has a title called Dungeon Crawler Carl. So dungeon crawlers are pretty much any person or any thing that's inside the dungeon from Earth, right, and is participating in the clearing of the dungeon. The dungeon has 18 floors, and at this point, you don't really know how well or how easy it is to clear the floors. Um, Carl has no access to his inventory yet. He has to go through this tutorial phase. Ironically enough, he sees that Princess Donut, the cat, is his pet in game. She is not sentient at the moment, or he can't understand her, but he notices that she has, stats and all that, just like he does, even though he can't distribute any stat points or anything like that. So he sees a safe room at a distance. He's making his way towards it, and he gets attacked by a group of goblins. These goblins have this thing called a murder dozer, which is a huge bulldozer that they created. Now, I want to take a pause here. Um, this book, it's stupid, right? Like it's funny, stupid. Like you have this guy, and he's a big dude, and he's wearing boxers, pink Crocs, and a sweater. And he's now inside a dungeon, and he's gonna have to fight for his life. And he has no weapons but that and his cat, right? His cat, who he doesn't even like. But he's gonna try to progress through this. And it's funny because um, later on in this book, right? And I'm not gonna go through all the spoilers. You guys have to read the book, but that's just the preface. This is just the first, like, I don't know, chapter of the book, maybe two chapters. And the book has like 40 something chapters, so I'm not really giving you much there. I will say this: later on, you figure out that, or it's made known to you that the best way to get through the dungeon is to get sponsors. Think of it as this YouTube channel. They want likes, they want views, and they want followers. They also want patrons, well, which hopefully I'll get there one day, right? But if I were to model this page like Dungeon Crawler Carl, the more views, likes, patrons, subscribers, and all that you have, the more attention you have and the more popular you become. You automatically get loot boxes from your patrons, from these people, after the fourth level. But people can sponsor you then too. If the dungeon likes you, like the AI system, they can give you better gear. If not, then they'll give you crappier gear, et cetera, et cetera. So in this dungeon, the whole theme of it is you not only have to survive, you not only have to kill, but you have to kill big. You have to make your viewers like it. You have to entertain the audience while you are fighting for your lives. And to me, that's the comical aspect of it. It's like, okay, this is serious, but at the same time, it's stupid because you have to get these views to like you. Like, you have to do silly things. And Carl soon realizes that um, he's not equipped with the gear he wants to be successful in this dungeon. So now he has to play by the dungeon's rules. Once he makes it to the third floor, he's able to distribute his stat points, and he's able to change his race and his class if he chooses to do so. Now, ironically enough, Princess Donut the cat becomes sentient and is actually a lot stronger than Carl because of her class and her abilities. So the dungeon gives you, based off of your constitution and the person you are, um, it spreads out your stats. Princess Donut, being the first cat in the dungeon, gets like all these perks and bonuses. Anyway, so the premise is the strongest person in the party is the party leader. So she quickly becomes the party leader, and makes Carl her royal bodyguard since she is a princess, right? And like, she's an asshole, like all cats are. She's an asshole, but she quickly comes to realize that she doesn't want to be in this dungeon without Carl. She's able to communicate with him now thanks to this. I guess you can, like a Google Translate kind of thing. So they're able to speak and understand each other as if we were talking right now, just like they're able to speak with the intergalactic beings that are doing all this this dungeon, or the hosts. Think of them. And it's funny because their conversations are hilarious. You have a Carl trying to tell Donut what to do, and you have Donut trying to tell Carl what to do as well. Donut thinks Carl's stupid. Carl thinks Donut is spoiled. And this is they're coming together and getting through the dungeon. And it's funny because they go on talk shows, they go on all these things to boost their likes and boost their subscribers, but some things just don't settle well with Carl. I think overall he's a good guy, and he doesn't want other people to get hurt for no reason. He refuses to engage in any PK or player killing. When you kill other players, you get like a skull next to your name, and when you kill bosses, you get a star. Now, the boss system in this game is really cool. Think of this as, I don't know if you guys have ever played a Dark Souls game, but you have your mini bosses and then you have your like main bosses. Well, here they go by different levels. It's neighborhood, which are the smallest, then you have borough, then you have city, then you have I don't know, it just gets bigger, bigger, and the hardest levels are like the level bosses, which take multiple people to kill. So Carl is thrown into these bosses, and he realizes that some of these bosses are people that were mixed with bosses to get like these hybrid ugly creatures that now they have to beat in order to progress. The whole thing, the difficult part about this game is that you don't have, or this book is that you don't have infinite amount of time to clear the dungeon. You have days given on a timer that you have to clear each level before the level self-destructs and everybody still on that level dies. So very quickly, from the first to the second level, you started off with 13, almost 14 million people in the dungeon. By the time they reach the second level, they're down to like 4 million. So a lot of people die in this, and you'll get to see what happens, and you'll meet some real cool people, and you meet some real assholes. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give this book a shot. For me, it was an easy 5 out of 5. I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope I keep enjoying the series. Stay tuned, and don't forget to comment below if you've read it, what your thoughts are. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.